We all know that going to see the in-laws can be a dreaded experience, but these in-laws can make that experience deadly. One could say the residents of this estate are evil. So get ready to lose some limbs, ask yourself where are the zombies, and prepare to face off with the same enemy type with 4 different variations as we travel to Louisiana in this week's game, Resident Evil 7. But what is Resident Evil 7? Well, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is a 2017 survival horror game developed and published by Capcom. The player controls Ethan Winters as he searches for his long-missing wife in a plantation occupied by an infected family, solving puzzles and fighting enemies. Resident Evil 7 diverges from the more action-orientated Resident Evil 5 and 6, returning to the franchise's survival horror roots. Emphasizing exploration, it is the first main Resident Evil game to use a first-person view. Resident Evil 7 has a total of 38 trophies, 3 gold, 12 silver, 22 bronze, and of course, 1 platinum trophy. The game has 3 difficulty settings: easy, normal, and Madhouse, which is the game's hardest difficulty. There is a trophy for completing the game on each difficulty, but these trophies do stack. However, you will need to beat the game on easy or normal first to be able to unlock Madhouse. All trophies can be achieved in 2 playthroughs, and I will leave in the description guides that will help you with said playthroughs that are very useful. There are 5 story-related trophies associated to escaping the certain sections of the estate. Also, about a third way through, you will need to make a choice that will affect the ending. And of course, there are trophies linked to getting both endings. Now, like all good Resident Evil games, there are several collectibles we will need to look out for. Antique coins. You will need to collect all 18 on either easy or normal, and then all of them again on Madhouse. On Madhouse difficulty, there are 33 coins you need to collect. The coins can be used for opening the cages you will see once you get to the caravan in the garden area. In said cages, you will find useful items like steroids, which will completely heal you and increase your health, or weapons like the Magnum, which has become a staple to the Resident Evil series. I hope you've brought your reading glasses. As for the trophy, the devil is in the details. You will need to read all 32 files in a single playthrough. Be very careful, as there are areas that once you have exited, you cannot return to. The third collectible in the game are the Mr. Everywhere statuettes. There are 20 in total, and achieving these will unlock 2 trophies. One for destroying your first Mr. Everywhere, and the second one for destroying all of them. The last collectible in the game are the videotapes. There are 4 in total, and how this works is once you find a videotape, you will need to watch it for this trophy to unlock. There are several rooms or areas that you will come across that have a TV where you can watch said tapes. All 4 tapes must be watched in a single playthrough. Keeping with the tapes, there are 2 trophies tied to 2 of them. In the Mia videotape, you will need to sneak around the old house and not get caught by Margaret for Can't Catch Me. And in the birthday tape, you will need to complete all the puzzles in under 5 minutes. Don't fret too much, as if you do not achieve this on your first try, you can replay the tape again at any time. Other hurdles that the game will throw your way are to finish the game in under 4 hours, complete the game without opening an item box more than 3 times, and to complete the game only using 3 first aid meds or less. Seems daunting, yes, but with the guide in the description, it is easily all done on easy. It took me 3 hours on my first run, so as long as you don't diddle-daddle too much, you will have time to spare. Though if you die, exit to main menu and load your last checkpoint. Do not press retry or load the last autosave, as your time will be the same as when you died. Now, it wouldn't be a Resident Evil if you didn't fight some evil resident bosses. There are 3 trophies associated to the bosses. Jack will be our first main antagonist that we will have to fight several times. When he pushes you down into a cage match-like area, in his second phase, he will bring out some really big ass scissors. The trophy requires you to avoid said scissors while crouching. When we get to the old house, we will eventually run into Margaret. While she's running the house, be a good guest and attack her until she runs away. Back Off Mrs. B will unlock. Not long after that, we will have to 1v1 Mrs. B in her spider-like form. The trophy, Fly Swatter, requires us to shoot and knock back Mrs. B while she is leaping at you. The shotgun will be your best friend for this, and the sign that she is about to jump at you is when she is on the ceiling and tilts her head to look at you. Time for some miscellaneous trophies, like closing an open door, block an enemy attack, obtain something by closely examining an item, using a lockpick, putting something unrelated in the shadow plinth, using psychostimulants, increase your item slots, finish off an enemy with a knife, clear insects off a door using a knife, take down 2 or more enemies with 1 shot, kill an enemy by attaching a remote bomb to them and detonating it. This will be in the ship section, and not any grab will do. When you see the enemy lean forward, this signals that he will charge at you and grab you. Make sure to have the bomb equipped, press R2 to put it in his mouth, and then press square to detonate. Create all items that contain chem fluid and strong fluid. There are 8 in total. But in the end, is traveling down to Louisiana to meet the in-laws worth the platinum? It is no secret that before Resident Evil 7 came along, the Resident Evil series was not in the best state. However, Resident Evil 7 is a beautiful homage to the first game in the series, as it definitely returns to its roots and focuses on scares rather than action. Nowhere is this more evident than when navigating the basement area of the mansion and encountering the Molded. Here, you must summon all your courage just to advance a few feet and turn the corner. However, once outside the house, the Molded lose their scare factor and simply become another nuisance in your path. It is easy to grow bored of encountering them repeatedly, as they seem to be the main and only enemy in the game, aside from the bakers and the occasional bug. In my opinion, the enemies in this game are its weakest link. The Molded feel like hastily designed creatures with only 4 variations, and their only saving grace is the appropriately named Fat Molded. These larger adversaries are designed to strike fear into you when you start to feel too comfortable. One memorable moment occurs on the ship when you must unscrew a wire on both ends to advance. As you begin, you hear a Fat Molded waddling in your direction, prompting eruption of F-bombs like no other. Of all the areas, however, I found the ship section to be my least favorite. Despite this, the trophy list of Resident Evil 7 is not a horror story and provides an overall joy to pursue. The challenges feel fair, and some trophies require you to practice trigger discipline and face enemies head on while patiently waiting for the right moment to strike with a loaded shotgun. Even the speedrun trophy offers ample time for completion, providing a considerable margin for error. The requirement for using 3 or fewer healing items can be exploited, as steroids found along the way not only heal you, but also don't count as a healing item. Knowing this can significantly ease the challenge. The only trophy that requires careful consideration is the one limiting you to opening the item box no more than 3 times. In-game, you will have to open it twice, leaving only 1 chance to perfect your loadout. However, with a guide, you can minimize this to just 2 openings. Additionally, during certain boss sections, you can rethink your loadout if you die, which can also be used to advantage in cheesing this trophy. The miscellaneous trophies are straightforward and don't require a high IQ to figure out. While the game may lack in some gameplay and story aspects, overall it provides a solid experience with generally scary moments that will leave you pale. Furthermore, each trophy list more than compensates any shortcomings. It is an entertaining trophy hunt, and I would recommend whether you are a fan of the series or not. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Platinum Trophy is a 7 out of 10.
Welcome to the family, son.
Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. I have more videos like this on my channel, so please have a look at that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. PTR out.